Okay, I'm speaking unapologetically through John and John with John's help, because we spent the day in meditation and in therapy, and still getting past stuff with regard to Christopher's family, his biological mother, his in-law, Mildred Van Bergen. Strange situation. John, I don't know where to start with this. Well, I have told Lena that those people are what we call humanoid bots, that they have become so, damaged by their own lives that they don't know how to carry on humanely. And Lena, well, you remember one flashback that it was very frightening to you, and you've had it over and over. Regarding Christopher's mother, Net, right? And I'm going to help you. It was during one particularly bad time with Christopher. Christopher himself suffered a severe nervous breakdown right around the same time that Lena suffered her own caregiver burnout and her ascension, sort of a tumultuous time. The energy in this house was insane, and I was in the middle of all of it, making my presence very much known. And that really plunged Christopher into a nervous breakdown in a very big way, because he heard me, he knew what was going on, and his mind could not accept it. Lena's mind accepted it. His mind was not strong enough, and although at first it seemed like he was okay, his breakdown became quite severe. And Christopher's parents have a home out in Long Island in addition to owning this big house here. And they tend to run away in the summer and, leave all their worries behind and go to the country where they like their little summer house. And that's what they did during that whole period of Lena being in and out of the hospital, Christopher recovering from cancer. They ran every step of the way. They got the hell out of Dodge to theirs. They couldn't skip their summer home, not that year, not ever. One time that Christopher and Lena were having a very bad breakdown, and Christopher started pushing her around and shoving her. She was alone in the house with him, with Herman. Herman was getting hysterical because he didn't know whose side to be on, but he came very close to attacking Christopher a couple of times. It was getting very dangerous. And the police came. A neighbor called the police because Lena was in the bathroom and Christopher was banging on the bathroom door, and it was just very frightening. So Lena hung her head out the bathroom window and cried to the child neighbor across the way in the backyard, "Send the cops here, please. My husband is losing it. I'm afraid." The cops came quickly. They arrived just at the time that Christopher's parents pulled up. For some reason, they were home it was in mid-afternoon, and they were home from their little country house. I think they had a doctor's appointment that they had to come home to Queens for. And Lena was on the front porch crying, and the police were asking her questions. Christopher's mother and father got out of the car and his father went directly into the house as if nothing was even happening. They saw Lena on the front steps, hysterical, with the police there, their daughter-in-law of 20 years or so. They saw Christopher standing in the doorway talking to police, looking completely out of his mind. Christopher's mother stood off to the side in the driveway and just observed everything with a blank expression on her face. And then she wandered away. Lena, how did that make you feel? Well, the cop asked me, "Who are those people?" And I said, "They're his parents." And the girl just kind of looked at Jeanette and just kind of like, what's with her? That she just doesn't care about this situation? Like, she's not even coming over here to ask what's going on? And I'll tell you the truth, I didn't want her to come over and ask what was going on because she had been a very damaging and frightening person as far as I was concerned. I didn't want her involved in this either. But what scared me was that weird look on her face of just this blank, like she was looking at a science project, like this was my life. Falling, it looked to anyone walking by the house like, what is going on there? This girl's crying and the husband looks crazy and the cops are, and Chris's mother just like fucking stood there like she was looking at a stranger, like she didn't know me, she didn't care. And that really, really stuck with me. And she should know that. So I know she watches these videos. I have nightmares about that, about your weird expression, and just nightmares because you scare me a little. How uncompassionate you are. And again, John mentioned in another video of her yelling out the window while I was crying in the backyard one night after Christopher again had been shoving me around. He was really shoving me around for a while there. Right. How about the time you called and you wanted, because the refrigerator was broken, and she was like, I'm not getting you a new refrigerator. Right. And then he started shoving me there, and I was on the phone with her, and I was screaming into the phone, he's hitting me. And she's like, oh, stop it. Cut it out, Lynn. Okay, so how does that make you feel right now? It makes me understand that I don't trust that woman. And she needs to hear this. And she will. I'd be curious to know, what the hell she thinks. Actually, I don't care. Good. I don't want to hear from her. Just the way she was that day walking away from the scene of her son's life. I don't want to hear from her about this. I just want her to know what it was like to see that kind of behavior. It was very disconcerting. Okay, there you go. Humanoid bot, very, very destructive one. And then you have another one in Mildred Van Bergen, and she used to send you Christopher. She sent Christopher a letter when he was struggling with stage 4 cancer, and he just gotten out of his first surgery, and she sent a letter just to Christopher, not to Lynn, here to the house, saying, I always think of you and wonder how you could possibly be happy with that woman. Those were not her exact words. Those were the exact words. That was the sentiment. With everything you were going through, that's what she did. We won't get into Teresa Sullivan. That's a job for another very exciting day. Also known as Tara Stillman here. Do you have her blocked? I'll check. Unblock her if you do. I don't remember. I might have blocked. You might have, but let's check on it. Also, Christopher saw you, Mildred Van Bergen. He saw you stalking around this house while you were supposedly helping Andrea move to Harlem. Good Lord. And he saw you give a finger to the house as you drove away. You're a real piece of work, Mildred. Mildred, putrid. John really hates all you people. He really doesn't hate too many people, but my in-laws and their in-laws and that whole gang, he really hates them. Which is ironic since they all love John Lennon so much. Maybe not so much anymore. All right, let's post her. All right. I love you, honey. Don't worry. It's all good. All right.